Hey Lucy, it's Tuesday and today I want to talk about something that I am obsessed with. As far as I can recall, I have never mentioned in a video ever. So this video is going to be all about this thing that I've never mentioned. The Cornetto Trilogy, aka the Blood and Ice Cream Trilogy, aka those movies that have Simon Pegg and Nick Frost in them. I'm basically going to break this down because I acknowledge that there are people right now that are like, what is she talking about? Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. They are actors. Simon Pegg, more famous than Nick Frost, let's be honest. They could be equally famous in the UK, but in the US, Simon Pegg is more famous because he was in Mission Impossible 2 and 3, and he was in Star Trek 1 and 2 as Scotty. The two of them were in an American movie together called Paul, which was pretty known over here because it has all famous American actors in it apart from them two that played the leads. But it has like Jason Bateman and Sigourney Weaver and what's her name? Kristen Wiig. Seth Rogen does the voice of the alien in it. So lots of American actors. So if you don't know of the movies in the trilogy, you might know of this one. And this is Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. They are an epic comedy duo. I love this movie. There are 3 movies that are considered part of this series, and that is Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End, which The World's End just came out, not even on DVD yet. They are comedy gore movies, which is probably my favorite genre combination because I love horror films. More on top of horror films, I love gore. I'm creepy. These films, I think anyway, are more gore than horror because I don't really find them to be scary at all, but they are gory and they're comedies. Like, first and foremost, they are comedies, and then they have the gore aspect to them. They're super dark movies, like really dark. Moving on, I'm going to discuss the films in the series. Shaun of the Dead, it's a zombie film. If you can't tell from the cover, you're probably blind. A smash hit romantic comedy with zombies. Basically, this is just all about a group of friends trying to survive a zombie invasion, and they have the great idea to go to a tavern called the Winchester where they will hole up until the whole thing blows over. So it's them all getting together and trying to make their way to this tavern. Very gory, very dark. I mean, like, people are dying, zombies are tearing people to pieces, there's blood everywhere, everybody's got red on them. I feel like I've made this a challenge for myself to see how many references to these movies I can throw into this video while talking about them. I did just find something really funny. On the back of Shaun of the Dead, there is a quote from Peter Jackson, who's the guy that did Lord of the Rings, and that is funny because he makes an uncredited cameo in Shaun of the Dead. Fun fact. Oh, and it has a quote from the guy that did Dawn of the Dead right on the front. That's awesome. The second movie is called Hot Fuzz, which my sister likes to tell me sounds like a porno. Thanks, Sherry. Unless you count seeing Simon Pegg in a police uniform as porn. I think I do. This one's even darker, I think, than Shaun of the Dead. But Shaun of the Dead is dark all throughout the whole thing, whereas this is super dark in the second half. The first half isn't too bad, but the second half is really bad. Basically, Simon's character gets sent to this small town that's like the perfect town ever, but then he starts seeing like, oh, there's a lot of accidents happening where people are dying. I don't think these are accidents. He starts investigating and finds out that there is some serious shit going down. In the last film in the series, which I'm really hoping that they decide not to leave it as a trilogy and do more because I love them so much. The World's End. A group of old friends go back to their hometown to do this, like, go to all these bars, and they realize that all the townspeople are robots. Well, they're not robots. They're aliens. They're kind of robots, but they're not. They're robots that aren't robots. So basically mayhem ensues because everybody's a robot, and if you're not a robot, then you should be. And yeah, it's just kind of their crazy adventure of trying to not be killed or turned into a robot. And Martin Freeman is in it. Martin Freeman is in all of these, but in the other two he only makes a really short cameo. But in The World's End he actually plays a bigger character, although he isn't in the entire, well, he is in the entire film, but he's not a leading role in the entire film. But his character, oh my goodness, Lucy, his character is so amazing. He looks so good, for one, like, because he has a full suit and his hair is like combed back. I'm a little obsessed with Martin Freeman. We're just gonna stop that train of thought, and I'm gonna conclude the video with saying that I love these movies, but they are a very particular interest group throughout the whole movie, every movie throughout the whole movie. Lots of cursing, lots of dying, lots of guts and brains and blood. Very dark storylines, okay? And these are both rated R, and I would be surprised if The World's End is anything but rated R. So they're all rated R for a reason. But I feel like I need to emphasize this because I don't want to, like, taint you, like, take away your innocence, okay? So want to make it clear. I'm getting to the point where I'm rambling a lot, which is always the cue to end the video. I don't know if I'll upload one next week. I'll try if I can think of something to do the video about. That's really like the defining factor. If I can think of a topic for the video, then I do the video. I was lucky enough to watch The World's End over the weekend, which gave me the idea to make this video. But who knows, next week I might be totally clueless and not make a video because I don't know a good topic to do. So, like I said last week, comments, messages, like anything, I need help coming up with ideas. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully you will see me next Tuesday. Alright, bye.